Hello, welcome. My name is Angela. I am a mom of two, and I'm also a business owner for more than a decade. And I'm a mentor to mom entrepreneurs, a certified confidence coach, and a Reiki practitioner. And I am someone who's built businesses in seasons where time, energy, and emotional capacity were not unlimited. So this week, I want to talk about what a good enough business week looks like for a mom entrepreneur and share some tips to help you preserve some of your time and energy while also making sure that you get tasks done on the most important things. If you have ever finished a week and felt that you worked really hard but not sure what you accomplished, then this episode is absolutely for you. You're trying to run a perfect business in a very real season of life. You're not failing, but oftentimes we're focusing on the wrong things. We're trying to do everything quote unquote perfectly, and that creates a lot of overwhelm. Speaking of perfectionism, that's one of the big things that so many mom entrepreneurs deal with. I have dealt with that myself as a recovering overachiever. And perfectionism shows up in really sneaky ways. It shows up as checking emails constantly, treating everything as urgent, and planning more than executing. Do any of those things sound like some things that you do during the week? I know I used to be a constant email checker, and then one day it dawned on me that I needed to change that, and it made a huge impact. So stay tuned throughout the episode, and I want to share those tips with you. So perfectionism, all of those tasks keep you really busy, but not effective. And when you're a mom, it doesn't just drain your time, it drains your energy, it drains your clarity, and it drains your confidence. And so as a mom business mentor, I want you to have more clarity. I want you to have more confidence, and I certainly want you to have more energy. So here are 3 tips that you can take away from this episode to have more energy, have more clarity, focus, confidence, and do those things that move the needle. So every day, I want you to just have one main focus, just one, one goal for that day, whether it's to send an email, to make a social media plan for a week or a month, or maybe plan out a new course or webinar or something in your business. Make one focus per day. Then I want you to have one weekly revenue or visibility action. Just one. Something that actually supports your growth. And I'm going to begin to talk about this more and more on the podcast. Social media, and if you haven't listened to my interview from last Monday with Larissa Banting, we talk about this a lot. She's a PR expert, and how much social media is not something that necessarily is going to give you long-term growth. It's instant. It doesn't always go to all of your followers. So something that's going to give you visibility is going to be doing something like creating a blog post or being on a podcast or creating a podcast, creating a pin on Pinterest, something that's long form content. It's something like reaching out to be a podcast guest or something that is going to give you long-term gain and not just a short-term instant gratification. Yay, I made a social post today. And we all can get very caught up in the social media algorithm game and think that's really what's going to give our business some growth. But networking, making connections, and doing some of those other things that I just suggested, those can be really great revenue and visibility tasks that you can do in your business starting this week. So the other thing that's also going to be really great for you is to create one flex day. One day that you can have as a catch-up day, that you don't plan meetings, that you don't plan any other tasks. So anything that doesn't get done on your to-do list during the week can get done on that day. And I don't know about you, but I've really found that usually not putting those catch-up days on the weekends doesn't really work. So finding some time in the margins of your day during the week works way better. Whether it's getting up a couple of hours early, like at 4, 5 a.m., instead of trying to do things during the day when your family might need you or you have other things that you need to be working on. It really seems that if you want that clear, focused time, doing it during the week in the margins of your day work best. So let's talk about some time management that really protects your energy. And time management isn't about squeezing more into your day. It's about deciding what gets access to you. And if it's one thing that I was never prepared for when I started a podcast or started a business, is how many people wanted to gain access to me, either through email or my phone or text. And you really have to have clear boundaries about who and when you allow people to gain access to you, whether it's your calendar, whether it's people who will write you emails. I get emails from business to business salespeople or people who have businesses constantly throughout the week, and every one of them acts as if I owe them a response. I do not. I don't owe them a response, and I certainly don't owe them a response right in the moment. But think of all of the times when you get an email from somebody you don't even know who has some random opinion about your business or what you do or what you want to do, and they expect an immediate response. They don't deserve it. They don't need your time. You don't need to respond to them at all. So many of them I really delete. I would say 99.9% of them. And they continue to follow up. And it's just something that as a business owner and a busy mom, I don't have time for. I can't get to respond to every person. So a few things that you can do to help manage how much energy that you release through your email is to make sure you check your email once or twice a day. Set those time frames, not constantly. Also, batch those administrative tasks instead of scattering them throughout the day. If you have emails to respond to, one thing that I like to do is respond to them all at night and then set them to send in the morning, even before I'm up or something like that. And then turn off your email notifications. So you're just checking your email a couple of times a day. You're not taking the time to actually respond to any emails that you get immediately unless it is truly an urgent matter. I have an autoresponder that lets people know. It's like an out of office. Hey, thanks for your email. Don't expect an immediate response. We respond to guest pitches usually once a week. And lately we've had so many, we can't even get to them all in once a week. But it lets those people who are emailing me know what to expect. So once I realized that I didn't need to constantly put all of my energy and my time into responding to emails, that freed up so much for me. And so if that is something that you are doing, just want you to be really mindful of it, and there's definitely a better way to control that. So yeah, like I said, if you would like an example of maybe an autoresponder, you can just say simply, thanks so much for your email. I respond to emails during business hours, Monday through Thursday. Let's say if you have created that Friday is your day to catch up on things, And you can expect a response within 24 to 48 hours or whatever time frame it is for you. And let people know if your message is time sensitive, include urgent in the subject line or something like that. So you know it's something that needs to be at the top of your priority list. Boundaries like that don't make you less committed. They make your business sustainable. And that is just one of those things that's free, but you just have to wrap your mind around the fact that not everybody deserves or needs a response immediately. And that doesn't make you any less good at your job. Actually, it makes you better at the work that you're doing. Let's talk about what you can stop doing this week. I know we often talk about the things that you can start doing, but let's take some things off your to-do list this week. Responding to emails instantly, making every task equally important, apologizing for your boundaries. Stop doing that, please, if you haven't already, and believing that availability equals value. Your availability to everyone, no matter who they are, all the time, does not give you more value. It actually depletes your value because you want to be available for the most qualified people, most qualified clients, those people who are most important in your life, like your family. So, drawing that email boundary is just a really easy way to immediately open up more time and more energy for you. One thing I hope you do this week is start prioritizing without guilt. And here's how you can reframe prioritization that changes everything. Your business does not need your best every day. It needs your presence and your consistency. And so if you're constantly giving your 100% every time, all day, to everything, that really cuts into your ability to be present and consistent. So good enough is not careless. It's intentional. It's intentional. I want to invite you to take one small step today, choose one priority for tomorrow, and set one boundary that protects your time. And then hopefully you can also find some space to build in a catch-up day for you this week. And if you don't need to catch up on anything, that can be the day that you can do what you need to keep yourself going. If you want support creating a business rhythm that fits your life as a mom, not someone else's expectations, you can connect with me at Mom Business Coach. I do business coaching sessions that are 90 minutes. I also am a Reiki practitioner, so I also help moms reset their energy and help them focus on their intentions and really realize where their energy leaks are and help them protect their energy. Before I close out, I just want to remind you that you don't need to do more. You don't need to try harder. You need permission to build a business that works for your life. So a good enough business week is still a successful one. So thank you so much for joining me. I do a solo episode like this every other week. And then we have a new interview with authors, entrepreneurs, thought leaders every Monday. And we're in season 5. So if you're new here, welcome. If you have been a listener for a while, thank you so much for coming back. It is a great passion and pleasure of mine to share information to help moms share their gifts through their businesses and also live the life and be the parent that they want to be. So thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode.